reading was the worst week.
Many strange things have been seen to fall from a cloudless sky over the years. You have falls of frogs, falls of fish, falls of coins. It's an incredible amount of things that can fall from the sky. It's very perplexing.
And nobody knows why. It is very peculiar.
Yes, it is.
Now then, strange things have been happening in the studio today, and what's really strange is the fact that you've brought another pair of trousers with you.
I have indeed.
About?
Yes, I have indeed. This concerns a forestry worker who claimed he saw a strange object in the woods up at Livingston, West Lothian in Scotland. Now, this object emitted two spherical balls which rolled across the grass and pulled him very forcibly towards the main, larger object, ripping his trousers, as we can see here. Now, the police at Livingston have investigated the case. They've had a look at the trousers, and they say that these trousers were not ripped by any debris, forest debris, twigs, etc., or barbed wire.
Oh, it's all a bit spooky and a bit strange. Now then, Malcolm, you're going to stick around with us this afternoon, aren't you?
That's correct,
try and do some more investigations. If you've got anything strange that's happened to you, then please give us a call today on our free phone number, which is 0800 082 0800. We want to know all about strange happenings. So now, going back to James's things with the fish.
Yeah.
How does it happen? Where do they come from?
Well, nobody knows. The main consensus of opinion is these things must be falling from aircraft, and yet in the vast amount of cases, it's a clear sky. It's a cloudless, clear sky. There's no aircraft to be seen. I don't know if I believe all this. I think I'd have to do some investigation myself to suss it all out. Yeah. OK, then, and you're going to stick around with us throughout the afternoon. Don't forget, this afternoon at 5:30, we've got our brand new series, My Best Friend's an Alien, and you're going to be telling us a little bit more about aliens later. That's correct, yeah.
And about the Loch Ness. So it is all going to be very strange. Stick with us this afternoon. Now, though, it's time to get your art pads out because it's time for Neil Buchanan in today's Art Attack.
This is an Art Attack. Some callers online with questions about phenomena they'd like to know more about. Firstly up, it's Sarah. Hi, Sarah.
Hello.
Hello. What's your question for Malcolm?
Have you got any hard evidence of the Loch Ness Monster?
Oh, the Loch Ness Monster.
Well, as a matter of fact, a few years ago, I was working on a trap to actually capture the Loch Ness Monster,
which we have a drawing
which drew a lot of attention to Steven Spielberg. Wow. This is basically it here. It's like a boxing ring with high-tension cables with these small spherical balls attached to that with radio biopsy darts. Now, as Nessie swam towards us, it would push against these cables and push out these small radio biopsy darts, which would stick into the creature's body. And what would happen then is the surface boats would then send divers down and track Nessie and perhaps even capture her.
Not hurt her?
Not hurt her.
Do you think there's more than one then, or...?
Yes, I do. I mean, obviously, there must be more than one creature in the loch, and I believe there's probably something upwards to maybe 10, 15, and that's quite...
It's quite a big phenomenon, isn't it? I mean, even Steven Spielberg, if I'm right, was quite interested in helping you with your trap.
Yes, he was indeed. He was very interested to come to Scotland and present some money to assist me to build this trap and once and for all prove the reality of the Loch Ness Monster.
Wow, well, there you go, Sarah. It's very interesting, isn't it? Thank you for your call. Keep your calls coming in about strange phenomena on 0800 082 0800.
That's absolutely right. Coming up now, though, it's an absolutely top show. Time for a little bit of magic with Sabrina. Hi. Brilliant.
Yes.
All right, we've got some more callers online for you that think they've seen things and want to ask you more about it. Firstly up, it's Samantha. Hi, Samantha.
Hello.
Hello, what's your question for Malcolm?
When I was walking home from school, I saw an object. I think it was a 40 years.
Right, OK, where did you see it, this strange object?
On the top of a lamppost.
OK, so she saw a strange object on the top of a lamppost. She thinks it might be a UFO.
Yes.
What do you think?
Well, first and foremost, we would need to speak to the caller in more detail to get more information and then check to see if there were any aircraft in the vicinity at that given time. Also check with the police to see if there were any other people witnessed something in the time. It's a case of just collecting more information. The vast majority of UFO reports have natural, identifiable solutions.
They're aeroplanes or something with their lights flashing. So if you ever think you've seen a UFO, you have to check with like the police, neighbours, people in the area. Because I thought I'd seen a flying saucer and I was quite convinced. And then I got a bit closer and I kind of realised that it was one of those like air balloons.
Yes.
But it was dark. It was dark, I've got to say.
That would be, wouldn't it, James? Lovely. Anyway, Samantha, thank you so much for your call.
Thank you.
Next on line, we've got Donna. Hello, Donna.
Hello.
Hello, what's your question for Malcolm?
Are there any pumas living in Britain? in the wild.
Ah, because there's a thing, isn't there, called the Beast of Bodmin, which is like a puma that's basically been let loose and is causing havoc.
That's correct. You get private collectors who want to get these strange exotic beasts, and sometimes it's too much for them, and they let them loose into the wild, be it Bodmin Moor, be it somewhere else. And this is why you get these sightings. And sadly, it attacks sheep and various things, you know, but they're basically nothing fantastic. It's just a normal...
phenomena.
It's not a phenomena as such, no.
Sorry about that, Donna. It's just a normal animal, but obviously if you see a puma in your garden, steer well clear, because they can be a little bit dangerous, can't they?
Yeah, thank you for your calls on Strange Phenomena today. Malcolm's going to leave us now, but you must come back in and talk to us again, because it's so fascinating. There's so many things.
Fantastic.
It's brilliant, isn't it? Excellent. Thank you very much, Malcolm.
Thank you.
Keep your calls coming in as well very quickly for the Hercules Hanger, and we'll be taking 3 calls for that next today here on Disney Channel.